right off the top, Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. Short-lived fight. It only went
Yeah,
what, 4 rounds?
five
Five
and
rounds.
three,
Yeah.
four knockdowns. I'm losing track. I think one of
Oh
them
yeah,
didn't
four
count.
knockdowns.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then I think Dubois slipped in one of those. So
yeah.
yeah, just a lot of interest. It was really interesting. What did you make of this fight?
Yeah, that's the beauty about a heavyweight fight. It can end very quickly, even when guys are matched pretty evenly. Two giant guys with massive pop. So, uh, yeah. So, I guess with Joshua, you could go back to him having a suspect chin. How do the fighters in UFC say it? Yeah, chinny. I think Dustin Poirier says that. Yeah, he's a little chinny. Or maybe the British people say that, but. Anthony Joshua is a little chinny, or more than a little, because he got dropped a couple of times by Klitschko a few years ago. Got dropped, I want to say, by Usyk.
Andy Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz, for sure. That's one I can't forget about. I can't remember about Usyk, but obviously he picked him apart. And then many times with Daniel Dubois. So, yeah, Anthony Joshua has always been a little suspect, like you mentioned, Fernando. He has a knack of having some good victories, some good days, some bad days. And, this is who he is, right? You just don't know what to expect from the guy. Good power. I'm shaking the table here. Yes, pretty much the heavyweight division, shaking the ring. But I want to focus on Dan Dubois because I think this guy's legit, and maybe there's just different levels to the boxing game where it's like Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, like right there, neck and neck, and then below that is Dan Dubois, and then below that is Anthony Joshua, and then you have the rest of the crew, like the Andy Ruiz and the Deontay Wilders, were kind of past their prime, but. I think that's just the way it was for Anthony Joshua. He did knock out, a UFC fighter and Francis Ngannou, but other than that, what has he really done? So, shout out to Dan Dubois because Anthony Joshua was talking a lot of crap in the promo, which I like. I'm a fan of. It's okay. They got heated a couple of times there, and he just destroyed them. But now I wonder, Fernando, where does he go now? Because he already fought Alexander Usyk, and I think you might have watched it, Fernando. But that was a controversial fight where they ruled it a low blow, and it seemed like Usyk was actually hurting and he was suffering. And then the referee gave him a lot of time. Like, you could take 5 minutes, which I don't get. Boxers do not take the 5 minutes, or is it UFC? I'm blanking. Combat sports are crossing there, but you get plenty of time. And he took all of it. He recovered, and it was just a lot of controversy saying, "Hey, that kind of made a difference in the fight." But other than that, Alexander Usyk did what he does: is pick them apart. A great technician. What he did to Tyson Fury. So maybe I wouldn't mind seeing that, or maybe getting the winner of Tyson Fury and Usyk in December. But if Fury wins that one, they're going to do it again for a trilogy. But overall, I thought it was an impressive day for Dan Dubois. It was a good day for boxing in the UK. It looked like a madhouse there, epic scene, everybody packing that crowd there. So I want to go one day. And I know you kind of need Joshua to be relevant, but you still got Tyson Fury, you got Dan Dubois. That'll be a pretty monster showdown in the UK if they meet in the future. And if they do, Fernando, I'm going to lay the challenge. Maybe we'll get there one day.
Yeah, that would be definitely a lot of fun. Tyson Fury and Usyk, I think Daniel Dubois is going to have his eye on that one. I think there's a mandatory rematch, which I'm surprised because it's not like Daniel Dubois lost the championship.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of the advantage for the A side, but yeah.
yeah, so there's I don't know if Anthony Joshua is going to take it. I don't know what else you could do. I mean, age isn't on your side. There's nothing really that I think you could do unless Dubois just goes nuts and starts drinking and going crazy and
He doesn't
stuff like
seem like
that.
the type, though, but who knows?
Yeah, exactly. So I just don't think that there's there's a way that he could do that. So yeah, no, I'm definitely interested. I'm definitely interested to see where he goes from here because obviously, like you said, like he's basically gonna have to wait for Usyk and
Fury.
Fury to find out what's going on there. But who's that Chinese fighter that you've talked about that you like?
And the smaller divisions.
No, the bigger one.
Uh
Zane. Oh no,
oh,
Zane.
I am blanking on Zhang. He's the one that beat up Deontay Wilder. But there you go.
I'm,
I know his face. But if you have the name, let me know, and I'll
well,
pronounce it better.
I'm happy for you. But if
That's all he says. I like it. Doesn't know enough English, but you know what? We all know what that means.
Zhang.
Yeah, he's the one that really made Deontay Wilder look very old.
Yeah, Yeah, so he called him out. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be others that are gonna
Yeah.
call him out, especially because everybody knows that right now he's gonna be waiting for he's gonna be waiting for he's gonna be waiting for the winner of that fight and everything. So I'm definitely really interested to see what happens there. But what's next for Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like we should discuss that because this guy. I shouldn't say this, but he has a way of letting us down and giving the boxing public blue something. I'll just leave it at that. And for a point, we all wanted to see Anthony Joshua with Deontay Wilder. It just never happened because Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, and Wilder went to Tyson Fury and had a trilogy there. Then at some point, it felt like, yeah, we could come back, circle back. Why not? It's heavyweight boxing. We're gonna enjoy it. And then Wilder got old and lost to Zhang there, and a couple other fighters too. And then, oh, Joshua having a mini comeback. Oh, he beat up on Ngannou. Maybe Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. A lot of money to be made in the UK there for two megastars from England. Why not? And then he loses again. So those are two epic bouts, two money making fights that Joshua could have had on Wilder and Fury, and he just keeps losing. And he's made a lot of money in his career. He's been Eddie Hearn's cash cow. He was with Canelo was to Oscar De La Hoya for a long time, for many years before they got into a fight, until they started not liking each other.
Seems like that it must have gotten physical. The way they
Yeah.
kind of ex-girlfriend each other and
I
the way they
know.
kind of talk crap about each other, something physical must have
He's
happened.
not like Oscar's not like Eddie Hearn, man. He's loyal to his guy Joshua, even though he keeps losing some of these big fights here. So, yeah, I don't know where he goes, but that's the beauty about the heavyweight division. That's the one thing about that division I really respect. That if you lose a couple fights, people don't write you off. It's a heavyweight division. You're gonna take a couple shots to the face, and you're gonna fall down and get back up and have another mega bout. But I think the VIP status of those matchups the luster has kind of worn off a little bit. But I don't want to see Wilder. I think he's already pretty much past his prime. If Joshua comes back, maybe he has a tuna fight and he looks okay, I'm okay with him maybe getting this Dubois fight. Not right away though. He did not look right. But I don't think he's a shot fighter just yet. Deontay Wilder definitely is. But you know what? They did it twice, right? Fernando Ruiz and Joshua. Why not do it one more time? Break that the tie there for the tiebreaker.
Especially because the last time that Joshua fought him, he fought him. Well, one, Andy was fat. I mean, let's be honest. Like he even said it. I had too many. Yeah, he was fat and slow. So you might as well, run it back. I bet you they could make a lot of money, whether it's in the U.S., whether it's in the Saudi, whether
There's a
it's
story there too.
yeah. And then I mean, maybe we can get a sit down with Andy. It'd be pretty cool to do something with him
Come
there.
back to maybe to the United States, Joshua. You lost the first one in New York. Come back to the States and make that storyline even better.
But do it in Vegas.
Yeah,
I think that's a headline fight.
Yeah, it'll definitely get eyeballs. You get some pay-per-views out of it. Obviously, it's not the same as it was a few years ago, but nobody expected Ruiz Joshua 1 to be that good, so you never know.
The only thing is Ruiz is coming off of a shady kind of fight where they called it a draw. And then see, that's why it could help both of them out.
Yeah, they kind of need each other.
Yeah, why not just kind of try and reset the timeline, as they say in the Avengers? See what happens, and for Andy, what is he, 33, 32? Maybe it sets you back. It puts you back kind of in contention again, and maybe then Andy fights Dubois after going up again. I don't know if he could hang with him, but maybe he goes that route because that's the one thing about Andy. He always talked about, I want to go get the belts. And then all of a sudden he stopped fighting for 2 years. Then he fought once. Then he takes another 2 years off. And it's like, dude, that's what I was talking about today with somebody. I'm like, it's incredible that these fighters take so, like, one big payday, your sheets turn into silk and they feel all nice. And people just stop really going out there and fighting. And that's kind of the sad part because they're so and Andy was so talented after that. After he knocked out Joshua, he had the belt. I mean, I was there when he did his whole thing in his city and everything. Like that was awesome. But all of a sudden, he just stopped, and it's like, dude, come on! Like you could have done a lot better. And I mean, that second fight with Joshua kind of dictated everything that was going to happen. But
that was just a nice payday for Ruiz to get him.
Yeah, and congrats to him because he helped his family and everything, and he set his family. Well, I mean, if he's done well with his money, he set up his family for years.
He must have made like $30 million from those 2 fights. Like, and that's something you definitely
Maybe
have
more.
life changing money. Yeah, maybe more too. So
Yeah.
hopefully he's doing well. But yeah, sometimes that's the beauty about boxing. You get one of these fights that nobody expected you to win. I know Daniel Ball wasn't that obscure, but to have that victory, I bet he's like talk of the town there in London in the UK for what he did to Joshua.
Well, our boy Sebastian just went to Andy Ruiz's and did a day in the life of for his YouTube channel, and it looked like Andy was doing well. So
recently?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think he did it right before he fought in LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that wasn't that long ago. That's in August. So if he's still like
yeah.
in shape and has a rhythm, why not have another fight, maybe before the end of the year or early 2025?
You know what I would do if I was him? I would try and add myself to that Gervonta Davis card.
Oh yeah. I saw
Coming
that's
up.
gonna be probably in Washington, DC. That's not good
Oh,
for us
really?
being on the West Coast. But yeah, and I think he might fight Lamont Roach, is what I saw. So he is from the DC area and Gervonta's from Baltimore. So it's like a homecoming kind of fight for those two guys. That's why I think they're doing it. But I was hoping he'll kind of keep doing it off of Vegas.
Yeah. I am Jorge says Joshua was always overrated. Yeah, ever since Andy kind of took him, that's when you kind of thought, oh, maybe he is overrated. Jorge, are you gonna stick around for our football show with the four compas in a bit? Because your boy's gonna be there, and Jorge, he has a lot to say. So you want to stay tuned for what Dan and Dago has to say.
It's a rough day for Dan. Justin Fields winning and Jaden Daniels winning, 2 running quarterbacks. But that's a different sport, but we'll get there.
Oh, you're gonna love what he has to say. We start at 7, so I think Dan will probably hit it at 7:10. He'll probably be on around 7:10, and he's starting off with a bang. He has a lot he wants to get off his chest. So make sure you guys tune into that. Gilbert, speaking about what's next, let me ask you, do I want to go there? Do I want to go here? Oh, speaking of Eddie Hearn, did you see what happened between him and what's his name?
Oh, Devin Haney.
Devin Haney. So
yeah, but the tickets, huh?
Yeah, but listen to what he said though.
I said, you're an arrogant, to be honest with you. And I pulled him at the show and I said, what do you think you're doing? Oh, hey. I said, no, not hey. I said, what are you doing? I said, 1, you couldn't be more arrogant. 2, why are you just not messaging me after I messaged you to say, come on, Eddie, you sure you can't help? Whatever. You put a tweet out. I said, you're like a little kid.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Eddie Hearn.
I do too.
There's some things we just don't disclose, like a little small thing, especially you looking for a freebie. Like we seen that happen recently in Fernando, where people are complaining about not getting free stuff or whatever. But if you're looking for a handout and you don't get it, just say, okay, fine, move on, and don't put yourself out there saying you want a freebie. You're a millionaire. Like you could have maybe bought your own tickets, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Jorge, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome. Gilbert, I do have something else to do with Devin Haney. Devin was on a show, and listen to what he said.
Touchdown. We're not hearing about no weight issues. We're hearing about him drinking. So we're hearing about him going to the club thing really happen? Nah, he was going to the club. And mind you, we staying at the same hotels, and everywhere we go, I'm asleep or whatever. My security or whatever, my people out, they doing them. Ryan coming in, with girls drinking every single day. That's wild. Everywhere we go. That's wild. I'm just hearing about it, but
still whooped you. I don't get what he's trying to complain. Oh, this guy's a bad person.
No, he just said he couldn't believe that Ryan, the week of the fight's going out drinking.
Oh, he said that he lost to a guy who didn't train.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I respect that.
So basically, he's like, well, I couldn't believe that he was going out, and he's like, I saw videos and stuff. I'm like, is this real? And he's like, and my boys were telling me, yeah, it is real. Like this dude is going out, and he is partying, and he is hanging out with girls and all this stuff. So
part of me wants to see Devin back in the ring, not with Ryan per se, but just to see how you recover from that mentally. Like, are you afraid now? Or hey, I'm training my butt off here, and people don't even train. I still lose. That's a whole mental thing to deal with.
He looked chubby in that video.
His cheeks look a little bigger. Yeah. I'm not trying to be some weight expert.
I'm fat, so I can say.
Or maybe this is gonna be a terrible joke. Maybe his cheeks are still swollen from the beatdown he got.
He's a chipmunk now.
I don't know, man, but I want to see how he recovers from that, and I do wish him the best, and hopefully he comes back from that because a lot of fighters, that's those head games, man, they can't come back from that.
Well, it seemed like nobody really wanted to take his fight on because I know he was trying to fight, and somebody didn't pick up his fight against I don't know who. Like I didn't even know the name, and he called out that promoter for not taking it, and I think he called out Eddie Hearn actually for not taking the fight. So
it's kind of like a lose-lose because he's not an entertaining fighter, but also at the same time he could pick you apart. So like, hey, why would I go with this snooze fest fighter who also might whoop me with the skills that he has? So it's kind of pick and choose. But you would think that once he got exposed a little bit with the lack of power that he has and also not a good chin, people will be like, hey, I'll take him on. I'll be the one that kind of put my name in the ring there. But that kind of just tells you a little bit about the lack of power, star power that Devin Haney has a little bit.
Did you see that him and Ryan were going back and forth on and even Gervonta Davis kind of jumped in on there. Yeah, they were going back and forth on social media, and even like Devin Tank got in there, and he was basically laughing at Tank, and Tank goes, "Are you kidding me? I knocked out the dude that knocked you out." He's like, no amount of drugs would have stopped you from that ass whooping and stuff like that. So
what else can you say?
I mean, and that's the thing. Devin's now a punchline. Like, bro, check out one of his tweets. Whenever he tweets, people send him the picture of like his ass being up and like and Ryan standing there over him. And then Ryan tweeted out he's Diddy's bitch, and like he tweeted out a picture of him and Diddy in a pool.
He must have been one of the last famous people to take a picture of him, and that does not look good at all.
It looks terrible. And then I think Ryan even tweeted at Bill Haney and said, why didn't you stop your son from going to that stuff? Like, and I'm like, geez, but
I think I saw, maybe it's not real reporting, but I saw something on social media that Usher deleted 7,000 tweets where he referenced Diddy. I'm like, oh man.
No, he deleted all of his Twitter.
Oh, really? Okay, there you go.
That's not like his whole account, but like most of his tweets. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of which, these are the 3 fights that supposedly could happen in 2025. I am of probably not, but Gilbert, which one of these 3 is the more likely to happen? Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney 2, Canelo versus David Benavidez, or Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson? Which one is more likely to happen?
I really want to see Gervonta Davis against Shakur Stevenson, but I don't think they're gonna make that fight yet. And then like he broke his hand, man. Like I think he was doing some paddle work on, or somebody, when you have that padding around the ribs there, he was doing body shot practices there, and he messed up his wrist. So might not happen either. So you know what? Honestly, Devin Haney, you know what? Nobody wants to fight you. Just wait it out for Ryan Garcia. Both of you guys make some money there because there's a storyline there. People want to see Ryan Garcia's comeback. You should benefit from that, Devin Haney. So hopefully they get a ring and they make it work. Obviously, have better rules in place for in case he misses weight. But yeah, get that back. Why not, Devin Haney? You deserve it after you were cheated out, right?
Ryan's gonna be side A, so
for sure, yeah. Which he wasn't in the first fight, which I don't get why.
He did everything. Oh, but then I think I saw on a different pod, Devin said, "Oh, we should have had him do a rehydration. Like we should have put a rehydration clause." I'm like, "Are you kidding?" Like that to me is the softest crap ever. Like a rehydration clause, really? Like Ryan would take you out again if you did it. So now he's talking about that.
You make the weight. That's enough.
Yeah, you're not the. And you know what's funny, Gilbert? And this might be obviously, I don't know if they can do it or not, but why not just run it back to the Super Bowl? Promote it at the Super Bowl in New Orleans. No, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Start promoting it in the Super Bowl in New Orleans and be like, look, we're going to have Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney 2. It's going to happen the day after Ryan is reinstated. We're going to do it, all this stuff. So why not do something like that?
I could see that one from the 3 there for sure happening.
Going back to the Benavidez stuff, he was also on a pod recently, and he spoke about his favorite topic, Canelo Alvarez, and this is what he had to say.
At some point, you got to move on.
I can't offer him nothing.
This guy Benavidez don't bring me anything for my legacy.
I think Canelo is a great fighter. I believe in myself. I believe I'll beat the shit out of him. Now, if I have all 4 major world titles at 175, in my head, that's the only way that fight's going to happen. I'm already number 1 in line to fight for all 4 belts at 175. The winner better be even bivol. I win all 4 belts. It'd be a great fight. Maybe we could do a catch weight. He could put the 168-pound belts. I could put the 175-pound belts, and we could fight together and winner take all.
Ooh, Gilbert.
Well, the only problem is you can't have all the belts when it's two different.
Damn it, Gilbert.
It makes no sense. So I like
Oh
him.
my god, they make Mickey Mouse belts and they do all kinds of crap. Well, who cares? Be like the tribal chief. Have
Well,
them
I guess
all.
you could be like, if you lose, you drop all the belts for the people in that division, and then obviously you keep yours. I can see that, but you can't take them all because obviously somebody's fighting in one
And
week.
told, take them all.
There you go. But I like the way you sold that. But honestly, I know for the money, Benavidez needs Canelo, but if he manages to beat Bivol or Beterbiev, that's a lot for his resume. Those are two really good fighters. Like, I'm not sure you could get past that, David Benavidez. Like, I honestly think if I'm ranking the three, it might be Benavidez number 3 from those trio right there. Those are monsters right there. The Compas belt. Yeah, we should make our own belt and make a catch weight for those two guys. And but I don't know, make it at 171 or 170, and then have the Compas belt. How about that?
I just feel like they just need to I just feel like they need to with Alberto's face plaster. I just feel like they need to I feel like that's the thing that he needs to do. Benavidez. I think that's smart. Go get the belts. Whoever wins from Bivol and Beterbiev.
I hope that fight happens. Stay healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever wins from that fight, you come in, you fight them, you beat them, you win the ring, and now there's nothing Canelo can say. I mean, now it's okay. Come and get these belts, put yours up, and let. I know it's not going to be like you said, they're going to have to drop the belts. I get it, but at least do something. Like I think it'd be really beneficial for both. I'm telling you, Canelo, you probably have 2 big paydays left, maybe 3. But if you fought Benavidez, I think that's the major. Either Bivol.
I think Canelo will go up and try to
Terrence
challenge
Crawford.
for those belts. I think Canelo will definitely want the 175 belts if Benavidez has it. That might be the only way he could get him. I think he'll move up, Fernando.
I really want to see this fight. Maybe it's just because of all the shit talking that there's been that I really want to see it, but I really feel like it'd be a lot of fun to watch both of those guys kind of go at it. I want to see Canelo have one more.
Have a tournament with those 4 guys. How about that?
Caramelo. Jorge, I don't think he really wants to fight Bivol. I mean, I know he's saying it.
He kind of had a way out if he beats Beterbiev.
Yeah,
it's really hard to do.
Yeah, so I think Benavidez is gonna end up beating him to the punch, literally and figuratively, and he's gonna fight whoever the winner is of that fight. And then that sets up in next September a big fight between him and Canelo for those belts. By the way, I hate that they do some of these mega fights in Saudi Arabia. I'm like, why? Like,
I know.
Do them here. Like, what are we doing?
It's us being West, I guess, West civilization bias, whatever the hell it is.
Western Jorge, no autocorrect. That was really what you wanted to say. Last one, Gilbert, before we move on to WWE. I don't know if this is like to make fun, like kind of like making fun of like what Mike Tyson said about him, but then also a tribute to Dodgeball, the movie with Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn. But look at what Jake Paul did.
He's in his prime. He's fat.
I'm not fat.
Fat and funky.
It's heavyweight. Fuck you, Mike.
Did you start singing already?
That's actually kind of funny. I did not see that. But it is heavyweight division. Gain some weight there. Wow, what a circus that's gonna be. Hopefully, everybody stays healthy. Mike Tyson, hopefully you're doing well. Maybe you have some nice marijuana to keep you healthy until November. But Netflix needs this fight. Just stay healthy. I don't know.
Did boxing's always let them smoke weed, right? Or marijuana? Sorry.
No, but I think they might have changed the rules. I haven't really kept up, but you would.
When the NFL did that, I was like, finally, like, why? What are we doing? Like,
yeah, I'm pretty
sure know
sure
that players do it and stuff. So,
yeah, especially guys like Nate Diaz who keep fighting, even though we know they smoke weed. I'm sure the rules have changed. Like, we all know that he does it.
Who are you, so I can know who you are?
Oh man,
that's such a glorious.
That's actually a pretty good Nate Diaz impersonation.